I published a video last week with a great title, Is Google Incompetent or Are They Lying? I featured the success stories that the Google Ads team featured on their website. Yet, when I checked the actual website's estimated traffic on SEMrush, it looks like most of them took a traffic hit, either in the helpful content update or in the March core and spam updates. The video got great traction over here on YouTube with way more comments than I normally get and a lot more likes. The thing is, it's such an alarming headline, but this shows exactly how Google is misleading us. Now, it also got some traction on Twitter. And Tim Wells, shout out to Tim, actually shared this out there. And there was a great thread, a lot of different people. And shout out to Jason Paul Hendricks, who also pointed out that there were responses people were paying attention because I would not have noticed over here on X. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. You could put incompetent, you could put lying, or both. Those are your three choices. An interesting thing is owners of a couple of the websites actually commented on the thread, or at least one, Charleston Craft. But there's a lot of people that mention, hey, my site was hit. Hey, this is crazy. But they were actually going to feature Charleston Craft again. Photographers were actually there and their site was hit in March. So Brian Spears mentions here, my site was part of the Google PSS, not included in the video. Brian mentions they were crushed during the October to March updates. We did nothing that the search team claims to be targeting. We have offline expertise and a helpful resource according to our audience. We're not, in quotes, SEOs. We don't consider ourselves a niche site, and we don't partake in AI or spam content. Our site was made from passion and genuine desire to help people. Regarding the PSS, that's the Publisher Success Stories, I don't blame the Googlers who run the program for any of what's happening in search right now. They're great people, and participating in the PSS was a great time. We've made great friends, visited Google offices all over the USA, spoke with politicians, and advocated for small publishers and businesses. It was a highlight of my career in this field, making what's happening to us even more saddening and frustrating. So that's sad, Brian. I'm sorry to hear that. And you highlight a great point. So he doesn't blame the Googlers who run the program for Publisher Success Stories. They're literally like doing what they're supposed to do, right? So the issue that we have here is the spam team, the search team, has different priorities. And I gave a sensational headline, right? Is Google incompetent or are they lying? LOL, right? I don't think anyone at Google is incompetent. When you have a full corporation of people like working, there can be different teams working on different stuff with different priorities. Maybe they don't talk to each other. So in this case, they're stepping on each other's toes. But my hunch is search, their priorities trumped the ad team, the Publisher Success Stories, all of that stuff. So search probably had some directive and they're following the directive. And if we go and look over here on X and we take a look at what the search liaison and other stuff that they're mentioning out there, I mean, it's not going to add up. It's not going to be logical. I want to cover a tweet by Lily Ray really quick here. I will link up in the description. And she has this nice graph right here, and it shows the volatility and kind of an issue with travel blogs right now. So these are 5 travel blogs, and there are many, many more where this came from. These sites have tons of obvious firsthand experience, original photography of the places that they travel to, lots of evidence of EEAT, and so on. Are there many things they could still improve? Of course. But did they deserve a 95% reduction in visibility akin to those sites penalized by Panda, Penguin, and Pure Spam or otherwise rampantly violating Google spam guidelines? Should they truly be treated as the same as an AI content farm where the quote author has clearly never been to any of the places they write about and they usually don't exist? The sites are full of stock photography, aggressive ads with totally impersonal and generic content and so on. because I have been looking closely and obsessively at these sites for months, and there is a meaningful difference between the actual human travel bloggers and the AI spam, although it now sort of feels like Google's algorithms are not able to determine that important difference. Are we witnessing a case of machine learning going way too far? So great tweet, and we will link up to that. Maybe I'll backtrack here. Maybe individuals at Google are not specifically incompetent, but if Google actually wants to rank websites that have firsthand experience, especially in the travel space, it seems like they are fucking this up. I don't know if they actually care. Maybe, again, there's some different priorities. Maybe there's some directive that's actually something that you and I don't understand. We won't understand. It is beyond our small brains here. And maybe Google doesn't actually want to rank those sites. Maybe they want to have people publish that information. Maybe they want to go snatch the information so that they could use it for their AI answers. I don't know. Maybe there's some other directive. Again, it's all priorities. The people at Google aren't dumb. Maybe the folks that are on the search team are literally being told like, hey, answer whatever you need to answer on X. It doesn't fucking matter what you say. Just, answer something back and misdirect people. Maybe that's the direction. I have no clue, but I know some of my friends have travel blogs and they've been hit pretty hard. In fact, some of the ones that were hit the hardest were the people that were actually publishing like the best firsthand information, and they were actually traveling to these places. It might be interesting for me to go through, do a few other of the publisher success stories just to see how they are doing. I randomly selected, I think 7, and I think 2/3 of them were down in traffic. So not a good percentage. And again, these are the cream of the fucking crop here. These were the sites that the ad team picked as a publisher success story. So these are not like flash in the pan. These are not sites that didn't go through scrutiny. Again, the people at Google, they're really fucking smart. They didn't end up there by accident. So I'm pretty sure it went through a few layers. If a site wanted to be featured or if they were selected by the publisher success story team, they were probably reviewed very closely. And these weren't just random people. These were good sites they intentionally picked for a specific reason, yet they still got hit by search. So I don't know. Maybe they are incompetent and lying at the same time. What do you think? Leave a comment. If you participated in the thread out there, let me know. If your site was hit, let me know. Were you a publisher success story feature? I would be curious about that as well.